Welcome to another episode of At Your Disclosure. It is living legend, Alex Drew and Tolbar, bring you the scoop. Fortunately, my car was taken away, and it's unfortunate. The legendary bank captain of Las Vegas going in my Nissan 94 Blue Sentra 2-door coupe, and it's unfortunate that I'd have a piece of shit father that resides in that room right there. I wish he was dead. But like I said, I'm not gonna blow a gasket and ruin my liberty, my chance of being pursued and being happy in this land, this country, this world. I do get upset, and I think to myself, damn man, we all had a chance to enlist, we all had a chance to serve. We didn't do it, or we failed. That's not my fault. You know, my wife and I worked really hard to make it back in Arizona, all because this guy here couldn't get it together. You know, you think of SB 1070, SB 1071, and you ask yourself, like, damn man, fuck dude, it's not your fault, but at the same time too, why fucking take it out on me, or fucking, you know, you gonna stay fat? That's on you, man. Forget. I look in the mirror, this is what I was telling my brother. I look in the mirror and I tell myself, hey man, I'm 36. You know, that's the beauty of life. You can fall on your face, get back up. Get back up, do what you need to do. Don't blame it on anyone. Don't be so small as to pick up shit from the ground. Oh, well, he said something. I'm going to pick it up. Just like every day, he's going to say something. I'm going to take it the wrong way. And I'm just here picking it up. So eventually, I'm going to stack it on my back. I'm going to have this big old sack filled with shit that doesn't belong to me. Because a person could be saying something and someone could take it the wrong way when the first place didn't belong to them. But now you're slouching. That's a douchebag. So, for the slightest things, you want to punish someone. And it's like, it's pointless. Another day's going to go by. That person's still going to be the same as he was yesterday. Let's just say no change here. But yeah, well, my car's gone. It was towed. And when I moved down here from Las Vegas, you know, I had my Nevada driver's license, and I couldn't get the car under my name, so I got under my father's name. So that's one of the reasons why I took advantage of it, and I had asked him for a loan, and he just flat out of spite. Oh, we could have, you know, we could have simply moved it to the side. It wouldn't be a problem, but there's no support, no help, and fuck it, man. I never needed it in the first place. I mean, yeah, it's good to have the support of your friends and family. At one point, that's what I surrounded myself with, but it's just too bad that someone. It's not my fault, man. You were born without brothers and sisters. It's not my fault you failed the military. Fat camp isn't serving. You don't get that out of your head, you'll never serve, and you never did. So let others live their life the way life's intended to be. And don't blame it on others. If you lost your country, fuck it, man. There ain't shit you can do. You know, that's the past. It's there for a reason. You're going forward in life. And it's for my wife and I not being together anymore. I still wish her the best. I don't care if we're not together anymore. But one of those days, I can see her. I know that we're still cool. But yeah, this shirt here, I'd wear it at the ballpark. Known for this shirt, the skull. Hopefully, this is the image that you get when you first click it on my channel. At Your Disclosure, brought to you by Fabulous Link Infusion. And I've said it before, I have several shows. At Your Disclosure mainly discloses bank information, but as well as, and you'd be surprised, each episode is guarantee you one clue to one lead, even in the smallest clues here, as having coffee. My mother-in-law, rest in peace, Rolanda, she was morbid, and I feel that We should have gone on Sundays, taking the light rail when I was living on 17th Avenue. And Camelback, we had a condominium. Both my brother, myself, and my wife. And yeah, it would have been good. It would have made us think about before acting out of emotion. That's one thing that humans are known for. My wife's from Illinois. That shit was getting to me, and you know, a lot of times you don't have much, but you do what you can in order to get what you want, and you make the best out of it. So this shirt I've had it since like, oh man, since like early 2000s, like 2001 I believe, or around there, 2000, 2001. There's some things in life to be grateful for. At least I could have some hot coffee. That's what I told myself. Don't lose your cool, Alex. It's all good. It's just annoying, and it's just never ending. I told my wife, hey man, I must have done something real bad, and yeah, Carbo Israel. You have a group of people, and you have one person trying to do what he can with what he has, and everyone around you is just like, no, he can't do that. No, well, I couldn't do that. Why should you? And that's the mentality of a bucket full of crabs psychology. Someone doesn't have a high school diploma. Someone hasn't worked in years, thinking is going to solve my problems. And assuming, my wife, we got this for us. As you can see, this is the master bedroom, the master quarters. And we didn't get it just for people to come here and say, well, I don't want to do shit with my life. I hope you can accept me and my daughters and now your son. And it's like, no. I'm the uncle. If I yell at your son, it's because he's doing something he's not supposed to. He's going to learn eventually. He goes to school and he gets bullied. What are you going to do then? That's just how the world is. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Me being the uncle, the authority figure, I got to teach him better. Or else the guy down the street's going to teach him for you when he's throwing his trash on their property for no fucking reason. It's baloney. But like I said, learning how to go forward and not blowing a gasket. It's what it's all about. And just like coffee and waking up, it is roughly 11 o'clock. This is about 10 minutes fast. And it's about 12 minutes fast. 10 minutes fast, so it's 11:02, so 23:02. So this video is supposed to drop at 23:55 on that Fabulous Fine on Wednesdays. Shout out to my boy B. Dizzle. Rest in peace. I'm glad I don't drink anymore. And working at the ballpark is a pleasure. I worked there for many years, seasonal, and it grants you a lot of opportunities to go to school, be in the reserves, or have two jobs. I had friends, family that they have a job and they'll use it as their party buddy. So, oh man. And this hasn't happened before. We've had, when the country's on red alert, and same thing like the pandemic, it's been skipped. But, like I said, working at the ballpark, I met great people. Today's John Battle's birthday. Yesterday was Arthur Sanchez's birthday, so her birthday, y'all. And just like my wife, his mother being Mormon, you can have coffee. And for the most part, you could have chocolate. For the most part, you could even drink soda until the Mormon community became major investors of Pepsi. So now you can have soda, but preferably Pepsi. So I remember standing post at Waddell, and it's the 101 westbound. So it's on Waddell in Surprise, I believe. That was my first bank. Standing post there, and Stephen Barrett had sent me there, and I was under the impression I was going to start in 2 weeks. Not if I met him for uniforms on Friday, I didn't think I was going to start that direct Monday. So he had sent the schedules in advance, and I show up late. And a lot of times our banks get robbed for that reason. The officer shows up late. The officer goes in and takes a break. They just wait. I mean, it's a risk, you know, and you're not gonna risk yourself. You're not gonna risk. Uh, you think of how desperate people can be when a bank robbery occurs, and a lot of people think, oh well, it's not your money. Why should you worry? Believe it or not, it's it's stressful when you get robbed, and you can feel it. It's not easy, like I said, but if you manage, if you decide this is what I'm gonna do, it's what you make out of it. If this is what you're gonna do, then do it for the right reasons. Okay, these people have family. These people have a reputation, and I stood post at Tom Speaking Hayden Road before I took a break in 2015. Hey man, banks get robbed. That's a given. And if they got past me being the bank protection officer, standing post, that there's not, if there's a bank full of people, and this kind of Brown and Colline Van, I've said this a million times, there's no signs of altercation, there's nothing, no reason for me to suspect he greeted me, returned my greet, and all of a sudden everybody runs out, everybody walks out, storms out. The Bank of America, tall speaker headed road major crossroads. I wonder, I document this and I'd wonder, but you're not gonna know off the back. And you make phone calls and you think of all kinds of things. Okay, I didn't witness the crime being committed, and you got to think of the severity of the crime. So if a crime's gonna lead to imprisonment as opposed to longer than a year in jail, then you could initiate the arrest. But if you didn't witness it, what are you going to arrest them for? You didn't witness it. Someone could have told you. You could have made your phone calls. You could have called. And that's the thing, though. Just like the terrorist attacks on 9/11, you have this hijackers, terrorists with box cutters. And yeah, you can't judge them because, like I said, it's not their money. But it's almost like us as a community need to come together and put a stop to this criminal activities. And when someone steals, when someone robs, we all lose. Same thing. One of the most crushing things you ever want to hear is, "This I support my family. Aren't you here for my protection?" It gets to you because, being manager at the ballpark, Desert Ice Enterprises, you're in charge of setting up 5 concession stands that would sell cotton candy, lemonade, shaved ice, and bottled water. And you're a food and beverage company. Pennies on the dollar, but at the same time, too, you have to maintain the stands. So you're running the whole shebang from top to bottom, making sure the CO2s are installed properly, making sure the flavor dispensers are running well, smoothly. You have to go in there days before, flush out the hoses. So I have experience in running a business. And if I'm there with my walkie-talkie, my radio, and I'm getting you supply, you're being the stand manager, I interact with you, here's the supply. There could have been a better system, like sign for it and verify the count. But the boss wanted me to give him an accurate jumbo count. That was one of our main sellers. The hawkers would sell out, and they would get about, I really shouldn't discuss the profits, because, I respect my former boss, and in business, you don't want to talk bad about your bosses. Yeah, I joke. Like, there was a Vietnam veteran. There were several Vietnam veterans. Shout outs to Bernard. Cotton candy. Hustled for his money. And there was Rick Deerdick, also a veteran, PO. And, I joke with my friends, family members over the internet. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Just like I was telling you about that smear on the ground. You're going to find yourself slouching, just trying to scrape it, just to take off what's already on the ground. It's already said and done. I'm leaving it there. I know who I am. I'm way up here. For me to even pay attention to that smear on the floor. But a lot of people don't think this way. A lot of people think, oh, no. And people love to instigate. And that's the type of society we don't have, where we need to fix the society and be a better society for a better future. But everyone telling one another's business, trying to make someone look bad, and that's how rumors are. Oh, well, I heard. You can't be that small. Look how small that is. Look how big I am compared to that smear. That's shit right there by comparison. You know, I try to make an episode without cursing so it could be acceptable for kids. Hopefully, that that's passable, but at the same time, too, that's me running a risk getting hit up by YouTube telling me, no, you cannot cuss if it's for kids, so it might be for adults. But moving forward, I really consider Las Vegas, and that's it, man. I had enough. Just tomorrow. This, myself being on the contract, my wife, Cousin Santiago, and my mother, Rosa Tovar Licea. Licea. Some people pronounce it Licea. So, you're not on the contract. You shouldn't be here. I've kicked everyone out already. So, that's how I'm going to do tomorrow. So, I have a choice tomorrow. Because I told myself, hey, man, you're doing things out of spite. I'm going to have no choice because I have patience. And I think to myself, how safe can you feel after you push me? You push me so much. And the type of person I am, if you already know how I am, oh, let's not tell your brother that your sister's underage pregnant. Let's not tell your brother that your sister's pregnant. Oh, let's not tell your brother because of his temperament. He's temperamental, just like any other person. So you know this how a person is. How safe do you feel? And it's almost like I don't have bad intentions, but at the same time too, I kind of do wish I was. I've told my wife before, I wish I was like her. You know, I wish I was that way. I wish I was like everyone, like a normal person. You know, but after a while, you do start thinking like, damn man, wouldn't I like to just walk in there? Fucking pick up. I have 45-pound weights in there. I also have a rifle in there under my bed. I gotta check all this stuff because nothing is safe in my house. So with that being known, all you have to do, if you're on contract and the other visitors are not on contract and you've asked them to leave, that's all you gotta do. According to the Tenants Act. Last time I had said Renters Act, it's the Tenants Act. They have to leave as soon as you tell them. If they don't leave, you have them trespass, and that's it. So there's a choice of me doing that tomorrow, just having everyone trespass. Hey man, you did things out of spite. I can't allow myself to pick this weight up and drop it on your head. You know, I can't go around walking with knives in my pocket, you know. Whatever's in my pocket is entirely my business. And we've had problems because of me carrying a friggin' bottle opener. You know, I would drink Heineken where you need to open the bottle cap with the bottle opener. So if I'm carrying something in my pocket or a nail clipper, oh, he's carrying something, and they'll panic and they'll use any little thing to panic and target one person. And it's almost like, hey man, I worked hard for what I have here. 360 view. This isn't much, but from where I come from, where I came from, this is definitely an improvement. And you're sick of it. You ask yourself, how much can I allow this reality to fill me up with so much air that I'm just gonna blow up. I feel like I'm probably one of the most patient persons on the planet, and it's taking a toll. I told my brother I'm starting to buy it. I tell my brother, you know, I'm a reasonable man. I'm not gonna blow a gasket like Jay Mata will tell, because that piece of shit's a coward. When I see him, I'm gonna kick his ass. Everyone deserves a good ass beating, but to take advantage of someone in their sleep. You ask yourself, did that take courage? Did that make me a man? I couldn't face this person because he ignored my father. You're really that smear of shit to me. And I can't wait till things become better, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And it's too damn bad because I really had high hopes. But I had new neighbors. I had to tell my brother I have two neighbors. The front ladies that enjoy the WNBA. And the new neighbors, you know, the house was painted. The house looks great. You know, they look pleasant. And I didn't ever understood how important popularity is at the cost of someone. I could have died that day. I wake up injured, and I tell my parents, well, I couldn't push my car into the driveway because I have injuries. There's a lot of things I couldn't do because someone's taking advantage of me, and not just once, several times. So the people that are aware of how many times I've been taken advantage of, not just in my sleep, but in what I leave unattended for a slight second or in the fridge, where I didn't mind you eating my food. When my wife and I first got this place, we'd go to Sam's Club, fill the whole friggin' fridge up with food. We have visitors that'll enjoy our food. My wife would complain on me. I told her, well, that's what food's for. And, I was with the owner from Uncle. We call him Fi. We call him number 5, but it's pronounced Fi. Faye. Rafa, and that's what food's for. We end up throwing a bunch of freaking food out. And it's like, damn, man, you really hate your brother that much? I sometimes wonder if I never would have moved back to Phoenix, Arizona when I was living in Las Vegas. Where would everyone be? Probably still in an apartment on behind 35th Avenue in Glendale. Probably freaking just all bundled up, and the clutter, it's not going anywhere. It's going to remain there for a real long time. But like I said, man, freaking, I'm alive, I'm still here, and there's things I could do where you'd have to believe of serenity and having the courage to do it because, man, and it's funny how religion works sometimes. I hadn't prayed in a long time. I mean, I'll say thanks to the Creator. But yes, today I actually prayed at Ubabil. And I've noticed that's how it's worked. Believe it or not, I prayed, and usually it's almost like a punishment. Okay, all of a sudden, you being grateful. Because that's all it was grateful for what I have. Like earlier today, before I cleaned up the place, I had several pots here. So I sit here and, I conduct my studies, my research, my investigations, and I write it down, whatever's important. If not, take a mental note, like the great Robert Brooks used to tell me. And I have a lot of experience to know where I want to be in life, and sometimes you just got to take a back seat and work behind the scene, like manufacturing medical equipment, medical devices. There's nothing wrong with that. But I have noticed that once you start trying to do good, it's almost like a test, and that's where that test is that's where you're being tested. Right there is your faith. Are you gonna let this set you back? Because there's a lot of things, and it's almost like feeding a pet dragon if you had a pet dragon. Thinking what's stronger, what's real, because just like the yin and the yang, you can't have good without evil. So I worked hard to get where I'm at, from being that smear of shit to freaking sleeping in a California king size bed. And it's funny because even the smallest things, I had pizza today, and I double baked it. But in someone's mind, they won something on contaminating, ruining his own brother's food, life, when being born in this country. That's what I had today. 2 slices of pizza, and this was given to me by Kim from overseas. I had the receipt here. But yeah, thinking that's why I got a raise. I don't see the logic of that. Who would give you a raise from contaminating someone's food where I'm just going to digest it? And that's why I had me a big pot of coffee so it could just circulate through my system. But I also have plenty of water, pots in there. And I don't know how small you gotta be to think that you're gonna get anything out of ruining someone without you realizing, hey man, the only strong male in this house that's capable is we managed to destroy him, to wound him. Now who's gonna take care of us? Because for the longest time, these girls were scared. They didn't want to freaking go anywhere. Everywhere they go, they didn't stand a chance. But yeah, you come here and you want to ruin the only person that can stand up for you. I've always backed up my family. I've always protected them, even though they don't deserve it. But yet, in their little heads, oh, this is going to make me better by catering to others. I got so tired of being bullied that I had to do this so my daughter so be respected. That's not going to change anything in how things are. You have to stand up for yourself. So, on that note, This is Lex Truman Tovar, wishing you the best. And this might be one of the last episodes in this room. We don't know how it's going to turn out tomorrow. But like I said, good luck and Godspeed.